Yo, shout out to the Most High. It's always a high see we went all over state. It's L-Deez, also known Lawrence the One, for another episode of I Need to Know with my special guest. Introduce yourself.
I'm Big Steppin. Hey, what's up, y'all? Stunnaman02, a.k.a. Jordan Gomes, a.k.a. Nigel Standards, a.k.a. Mr. Big Steppin.
Yeah, what's up?
Man, life is beautiful.
So last time you came here, I'm going to tell you this, man. Last time you came here, you said that you got your name from other Stunnaman.
It's true, it's true.
Run that story back for everybody that didn't see the first one.
Man, short and simple, man. It was a long day that day. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had told me at Yerba Buena Garden, my girlfriend was out there sitting on people's laps, but I was a young player, young P. I wasn't tripping off that. You know what I'm saying? I went down there. I did have a little animosity because I'm like, damn, I actually kind of liked you. I was like in 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
When I meet people that I went to middle school, they oftentimes tell me it was earlier because there's one dude I just saw. We was in the studio, shout out Alex Oso. He's a guitarist. He told me my name been Stunnaman02 since I was 11, 6th grade. So it might have been earlier. So, you know, I saw, went down there, had some energy. Then we bumped into who was one of my childhood idols, you know what I'm saying?
Your childhood idols, yeah, who is that?
Man, shout out to Keith, man. Shout out to Stunnaman from the pack. But, you know, when you're a dark-skinned young man, you know, a lot of times we relate to and we look up to the entertainment figures, you know what I mean? So, you know, when I was in the hood, everybody always used to be like, oh, I kind of went by Jay Stunner already. Like, I don't know how I got that name. I don't know if it came from him or was I just calling myself that. But everybody always used to tell me, dark skin with waves, oh, you look like, he look like Stunnaman from the pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody used to tell me that. So I was like, oh, man, come on. And then Bands was out at that time.
Yeah.
So think you seeing on BT, you seeing this group from the Bay Area looking fresh, all the women around them, like getting money, you know what I'm saying? And then if somebody saying, oh, you would resemble this person, it was motivating. And at the time, he was a leader. He carried himself with bravado, you know what I mean? So I was like, man. So I see this person, I'm like, I'm starstruck. I'm like, oh, that look like Stunnaman from the pack. And, you know, some words was exchanged, not nothing heavy, but it got to the point where, you know, it wasn't a bad altercation, but just where we could have bumped heads a little bit. And as a young kid, I stood my ground. He didn't let me go out like, oh yeah, he was, like I'm getting on him, but he let me know like, little dude, don't talk to me in any type of way. Feel me? And from that day, you know, we walked away cool and unscathed, and everybody was good. But I re-saw, but ever since then, my whole squad, they was like, they kind of was calling me Stunnaman from then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a moment for me, like Hoes. If you ever watched the movie Hoes,
yeah,
it was like that when he got the name Caveman. Then I seen Stunnaman about 3 years ago. We was at a play. For me in downtown Oakland, and I told him that story. We was with one of his producers, Erickson, and he just showed me so much love. He was like, man, go do your thing. I see you doing your thing. Man, go ahead. He's like, I do art now. He said, I might have to do a cover for you. So, you know, but really, also that O2 come from oxygen gas, because that's all I spit. You know, that's the chemical symbol for oxygen gas, O2, you know. So, man, it's just a full circle moment because, man, when you listen to my new project, It's Big with Drew Banger, the first song on there, we flipped one of his biggest hits, Molly Wop. You know what I'm saying? And we brought that back. Cause so if you know, if you're a part of Bay Area history, you follow Stunnaman, the legacy, the saga that is Stunnaman, you see that in Stunnaman02. Now, you know, we trying to figure out who's gonna be that Stunnaman03, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Who's gonna carry on the legacy, you know what I'm saying? So,
you mean to tell me it's sequels and prequels and chapters
Come
of this
on,
shit?
Man. It's a longevity. We building generational wealth, man. My name now came from the dynasty that somebody built. I would like for somebody to come into this. If you want to be an entertainer, if you want to be a scientist, you know what I mean? You want to be like, I want to go by Stunnaman03 as my scientist name. Yeah. And it'll help you elevate what you got going on. It would be dope for me to be able to pass that down in some way.
Well, you know what? You know what I'm saying? It's always dope when somebody names themselves somewhat after someone else. Mm-hmm. Because I remember, like, we had some barbershop talk where somebody was like, what do you think about 50 Cent naming himself after the dude from Queens or New York that used to jack people, and what do you think about Rick Ross naming himself after Rick Ross? I think it's dope when black people name themselves after other black people.
Man, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope as fuck because, like, for so many years, you saw people in the rap game name themselves after Italian mob bosses.
Exactly.
And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, you know, a lot of the time, those Italian mob bosses, they will look at our genre of music or look at who we are, and they might frown on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not all of them, you know what I'm saying, but some of them. For those who don't, hey, kudos to them.
Yeah.
But you know, why would we try to continue a legacy of something that or somebody that might not accept us?
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know the disposition of the real Rick Ross and Rick Ross. I don't know the disposition of 50 Cent. I didn't even know he named himself after somebody
Yeah,
else.
50 Cent is a known jacker from New York that used to get up on rappers and rob famous people.
Oh damn, I didn't know that, but
So when 50 Cent's tribute, the rapper,
Yeah.
what he did for the daughter is bought the tombstone.
wait, hold on. Go back.
50 Cent, the original one,
Oh, he
is
bought-
deceased.
Oh, okay.
So if I remember correctly, he bought the tombstone
Oh, okay,
for the
that's
family.
Dope. That's dope. So he paid his homage.
He paid his homage.
Yeah, damn.
And see, that's the thing about like when you take, are you paying homage or you went to school, right?
Yeah.
They call that footnotes. Is that
Yeah.
what it, no, cite your sources.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You know, motherfuckers is out here doing shit without citing sources.
And a lot of people just, I feel like it's weird to, people kind of make it seem weird to say you got inspired by somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not the case. Like, I was inspired by this artist and I continue the legacy.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it was a name people gave me. It wasn't really like, oh, I'm going to just start calling myself this. You know what I'm saying? It transitioned to that. And it's like, you can't run away from what somebody gave you. It's like that, you ever heard of like crumping culture?
No.
And crumping is like the dance culture, turfing basically.
Oh, in LA.
And it's
Is
like,
that clown dancing?
like,
the clown dancing? Yeah.
So they had a dancer called Tight Eyes, and then they got a dancer that's called Baby Tight Eyes. And Baby Tight Eyes ended up being T Fly, who ended up being a singer.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of get your name from something like it's a legacy or something. You know, what I
You
mean?
know what's crazy though? And I'm glad you said that because I want to add on to that.
Yeah.
I think that's just LA gang culture where the motherfucker, if I'm not mistaken, because I could be wrong, but say like Stunnaman
Yeah.
put on somebody else, you'd be Lil Stunnaman.
Exactly.
And then when you put somebody else on, because I guess they keep their surname.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
Exactly.
keep your enlightener's name. That's why it might be like about 5 Baby Lokes on one corner. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Baby Loke Blue, and then that's Baby Loke G, and then that's Baby Loke. But see, we don't even believe in the little mindset, so I would never call nobody Lil Stunner. It'll always be big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So say I had a predecessor, or that predecessor means come after, right? Or,
Yeah.
Or somebody. That,
Wait.
Nah,
Successor.
Successor, yes. If I had a successor, see, that's why I like talking to a genius.
Yeah.
If I had a successor, I would call this person Big Stunner. Because you feel me, they carrying on the legacy.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about something real quick. You know what I'm saying? First off, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm thriving. I just took a big nap, you know what I'm saying? Came back. It was a nice drive from the city. Shout out to Ace for taking that drive.
Man, shout out to Ace,
I'm
man.
going to drive back, Ace, so you can take a nap, all right? All right, man. All right, brother.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
since the album Big Steppin', right?
Yeah.
Is everything big now? You know what I'm
Man.
saying? Like, hey, what you want, man? Give me a Big Mac, big fry, big. You know how? Shout out to my nigga Crip Mac. Everything is you five me.
five
so
me?
so are you running the big into the ground?
So the funny thing about that is we already had the big mindset. Even when I came and did the first interview.
Yeah.
2019, we was in, I believe, Paris or Amsterdam or Switzerland. One of these countries I was with Ace, Gunna Goes Global, and we denounced the word little. I was reading this book, Everything You Need to Know Before You Quit Your Job. You know what I'm saying? And at this time, you know, it was a colloquialism in our region. They call everything little. Everybody was like, oh, I got a little of this, a little of that. You feel me? And for us, we was like, man, we're going to denounce this word little. So 2-3 years before Big Steppin' was even created, we had created the mindset that created what is now, feel me, a dance, feel me, a song,
Okay.
in a movement. You know
It's
what
a
I'm saying?
motherfucking movement.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's already been, oh, I need a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's already been where that big Whopper at.
Yeah.
Let me get a big triple double. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we just took that mentality, and even when I was doing a song, feel me, Quake Beats played the beat after we had just knocked out 2 or 3 songs. And he, feel me, right when I'm walking out the studio and I'm just coming with the, I'm big stepping. 4-5.
On me.
It wasn't that. I was just saying, I'm big stepping. Look like a, you know what I'm saying? So it's even a vibe.
This motherfucker got the remix going on at Fame Media.
Come on, man. What's up, man? We trying to make, hey, man, I'm going to push that song till it go diamond. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got to.
Man, it's no other way.
You know what I think is one of the dopest things about you, right? Yeah. I'm going to tell you what the dopest thing, one of the dopest things I think about you is that you make everything connect. Mm-hmm. Like, big stepping, 4-5 on me looking like I'm bench pressing. The fact that you work out, if you wasn't working out, say you was just a motherfucker on the block, you know what I'm saying, getting high and doing some other shit or something like that, the hook of that song would have been different. Yeah. Would have been bigger, you know what I'm saying, is what you know what I'm trying to say? It probably wouldn't have been as big or whatever the fuck, but the fact that you actually work out, it inspired that song. It was easy to attach that part of your life to your hip hop part of your life.
Exactly, and that was the whole goal. Quake Beats often tells me or told me that I rap with a Trojan horse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Give you what you want, but the whole time it's a whole nother message underlying. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was those trigger words that people want to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, big stepping. People want to hear those gun bars, you know what I'm saying? And it is something that is a trigger word. We got Gunna Goes Global walking in.
What's up, Gunna? What's happening?
He got on the Michael Jordan.
For sure. He here. He ain't arrested on the Bay Bridge or nothing.
Like Michael Jackson. Put him on camera. Oh, it's blurry. Never mind. I feel embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, just that double entendre, being able to incorporate our vernacular into the raps to get people to want to listen, to make the hook catchy, but also doing something to where it's like subconsciously you don't even know you're getting inspired or you're getting told to go put that work in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the whole, with me making a song, that's my whole thing, where it's like, if it's not just straight fun, it's something that's going to make you think.
You know it's crazy, though, because you remind me of one of my other favorite young artists, All Black.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite rappers.
All Black, but political, a little bit, but you lean closer to more political. Have you anybody ever said that to you?
Oh, man, I kind of based my style off of him after I found out. If you listen to the first single I dropped called Talk About It, March 2018, feel me, on the opening song, I say, I feel like All Black, I feel like Semi-Auto-Cease. Yeah. At the time, those were my favorite rappers, people I was inspired by.
Yeah, what I like about both of you guys and what I get the parallel is that y'all unapologetically truthful.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Like sometimes, like both of y'all I could sit there and listen to some music, or both of y'all, and y'all might drop a lyric and be like, did he just say that? Yeah, he said that. And then, you know, he said it because the next bar is backing that shit up.
Exactly. You feel me? You got to, you know what I'm saying? And that's why All Black so dope. I think when I first heard him, when everybody first, I had that No Shame 2 was going crazy, but I think that first one was that Canadian Goose.
Okay.
And the reason why that hit so hard is every single line was a quotable.
Yeah.
Like, it's like something you could go to any part of that and he said something that was like, it was barred up. It was penetrating with this one line alone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can't police no bitch. I just passed him a laugh. At 15, I was on the blade. Should have been up in class. Yeah. I'm a scum son of a bitch. Shave coochie for cash.
Okay.
Stripper renegade in the fag. I be doing the bag.
What?
Had a freak in my front seat with her feet on the dash.
Then?
Love a swiping ass bitch who stay in the lab. You can't cook. You can't clean. All you offer is ass. Then hit the dough. I don't want that part of it.
For sure.
Cool with your ass, but you know, like, got a freak in my front seat with her feet on the dash. You know how many times since I heard that song and I was riding with a woman, and I would tell her, "Oh, put your feet on the dash," and then play the song, and then you feel me, and then be like, "I got a freak in my front seat with the feet on it." She like, you got me.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, just inspiring, like, and that's dope. You know, that's dope for Oakland. That's dope for the Bay. That's dope for California. West Coast. Yep.
Well, pick a number 1 through 12.
13.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. Nah, let's go 7 or 8.
Okay, 7. When you was in 7th or 8th grade, what did you think that you'd be doing today?
I thought I was gonna be a businessman. In 6th grade, I dressed up as Halloween with a suit on, and everybody's like, "Oh, you know, I'm from the hood." They was like, "Oh, look at Jordan. He being a pimp. He dressing up as a pimp.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. I told people over and over and over, I'm a businessman. I wanted to be an entrepreneur really bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, at the time I was going to an all-boys school. I had to wear a tie every day.
What is the name of that school?
Cathedral School for Boys. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Adult middle school. I end up, so fourth grade. So in second grade, I went to a school called New Traditions. My mom told me it was probably one of the most prejudiced public schools she's ever.
Prejudice or prestigious or both?
Prejudice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it had a good education because, you know, due to economic factors, you know, a lot of the times our neighborhoods don't have the necessary resources. So she sent me to a school that was in our district, but it was in a white neighborhood.
Yeah.
You feel me? So from there, she felt it was prejudice. So then she put me to the school up the block. Now, they said this was one of the worst schools in the whole city at John Muir. But I ended up having some of the best teachers, which propelled me to, by fourth grade, we took, like, you know, standardized tests. I had tested in the highest percentile in San Francisco. So that prepared me and allowed me to get an academic scholarship to a school called SMART. So going to the quote-unquote worst school in my neighborhood propelled me to get a scholarship to go to literally one of the top 3 middle schools in my school, one of them being Cathedral School for Boys, you know what I'm saying?
Dope.
So, you know, when I went there, it changed my whole life. And for me, I learned quick. Like, I knew in 6th grade, I was messing around with my homies from, like, elementary school, and, you know, we went 2 different ways. And I knew one day I had sat down, this is simultaneously when I moved to Hunters Point. And I was like, man, I felt really alone because I'm like, damn, I'm moving to the other side of the city. I'm going to a school where none of my friends is going there. And I was like, you know what? Not a lot of people get this opportunity. And, you know, people was telling me that, but it kind of clicked for me. And then I look, and I'm still cool with my folks. I'm cool with now, but I would say it was 5 dudes. It was 2 Latino dudes, 2 young black men, and me. And we all used to kick with each other. They was a year older than me. Those 2 young black men, they end up going to jail for no less than about 5 years each. And then the 2 Latinos dudes, they both serving 20 plus years in jail. So it's like, you show me 4 people you kick it with, you're going to be the 5th.
Yeah.
So, and essentially, those are still my guys, but making this transition in life, it saved my life. This was around the time, like, feel me, they was breaking into cars, you know what I'm saying, selling weed at school, not because they was bad, but just because that's what our environment called us to do. You know what I'm saying? We just young having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why not bring some weed to school and sell it? We trying to all get some money. You know what I mean? We young having fun. Why not breaking? And this before bipping came out. People used to get a spark plug.
That's right.
You feel me?
Give them the game.
You know
Give them the game,
so
Jay.
what happened? I'm not gonna say that I did this. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean?
Allegedly.
Yeah, but how people used to do is you would spark a car, and then when you got into the car and able to spark it, you could hotwire it, and then when you hotwire it, you feel me, you either get a screwdriver or you feel me, do the OG shit where you pull the thing off and really know how to do that. I don't know how to do that one though. That's really advanced, but feel me, then you're able to take the car around and drive it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was fun though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely fun, but you know, something that being young, you keep doing that all the way up until high school, you're gonna end up in juvenile, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not where I wanted to go. I knew from a very young age, even when I had my trial run, standing on the block like for a week, I put my trial run in the point and in field mode, and I was like, this was fun, but this is not for me.
What was you doing?
Just outside, for me, because you know that's recruitment age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so you go from you being outside and you playing to like niggas is like and the point they were saying like, man, they literally came up to us and was like, man, you know how little be if y'all was with the beef. It was me and I had like a group of 4 other dudes. We went by a name called Bajib, which now transitioned to my team still winning. You feel me? But they literally asked us like, man, we need y'all to be with the beef. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make us, you feel me? Y'all really make us some factors. They was already going hard at a young age, but it was that age where it was like, you feel me? Hey, we been hanging out and playing football, but now we picking up pistols and doing all the shit. So, you know, come still do this with us. And I'm fortunate to have that group of friends. That's why your support system is hella big.
Yeah.
Because my mom and my grandma was already on my line, but they couldn't be there all the time. So I had those friends that was like, man, we're going to go to the gym. We're going to go do this. We're going to go chase these women. Feel me? I don't think we have to do that in order to achieve the goals that we want. You know what I mean? So, feel me, we was in the point, you know what I mean? Still hung out with the dudes that was with it, but at the same time, we started we started throwing parties. We started making music. We started playing sports. You know what I mean? All of my homies that I kicked it with was damn near all city athletes. You know what I mean? Going crazy. You feel me? These kids that we kicked it with had the same potential, just had different energy that they put their focus on.
Yeah.
And when I was in the Mo, I was like, went to my grandma's house for like a week because I moved to the point and then came back. Used to go to my grandma's house, you know. So when I was over there, feel me, I was like one week, I was like, man, I'm just finna be outside the whole week and see if this is really for me. So, you know, I kicked it on the block. 1 week, we used to kick it in the alleyway, you know what I'm saying? So I kicked it in there. It was cool, but it was like, man, we only had one pistol, you know what I'm saying? The bitches slid through. I mean, the young lady slid through, feel me, like 3-4 times, so that was lit. We only played basketball once, twice, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, I don't know if this for me. And at the same time, I was like, I love everybody that was out there with me, but at the same time, I was going to people's houses in Pack Heights who had multi-million-dollar houses, and their living room was bigger than my whole house.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it expanded my mind because until then, I had never seen that before. Until then, I didn't understand that we was poor. Me and my mom, we talk about this all the time because she was like, yeah, you didn't know we didn't have no money growing up. I was like, nah, I thought we was wealthy. I thought we was rich because I always had some food, you feel me, for the most part. I always had a Christmas, you know what I'm saying? So that was big. And it's like for the most part, like even though we'd be at Payless or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I always had some shoes. And then
That's right. Shout out to Pro
you know
Wings.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually when it was periods of our life where, for me, I could get the J's and everything. It was periods of my life where my grades was up and my family was doing well, but I was also hustling and I had a job.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's like, it was periods of my life where I was like, I was enjoying, but I didn't know what, like, the disparity or that in San Francisco between coming from a low socioeconomic area and going to these upper class, well, not even came to say upper class, just financially fortunate neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And seeing like the difference in like, wow, like, yo, like you have somebody who comes and cleans your whole house every week.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember one of my partners, he used to be in his house. He had a fat house, and this is just how like no shade to him, but how fortunate he was. He used to spit in his house, and you know, like for me, if I ever did that, I would get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So he used to walk around his house and just, and if I'm like, hey, why you spit in your house? And he's like, oh, man, I don't have to clean that up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I was like, that's how you living?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's a fat house, hella nice, 4 or 5 stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, but it was dope. I saw a lot of stuff there that just opened my mind to where how I could have lived. It just, from what I was seeing, it wouldn't make sense for me to go that way. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Well, that's dope, man, because I definitely want to ask you this, and I got something to ask you. So bring me back to family after I ask you this question.
Sure.
So you got the record Big Steppin'.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that it was going to do what it was going to do?
I personally didn't, but my homie AB, a.k.a. Concrete Ape, as soon as he heard it, he instantly was like, hey, this the one. He was like, summertime, shoot a video, then push it. And I was like, all right, cool. So I had a song like that before, Out That Window. That was one of my first songs that was really going up. He the one, we took a drive to Santa Cruz, down and back. He the one, he was like, man, play the song. Play it again. Like, kept making me playing it because I was kind of doubting. I was like, oh, y'all like this song? And he kind of like, I see now as I look back on it, he basically listened to it with me so many times so that by the time after that drive, I couldn't say I didn't like the song because I had listened to it so many times. I didn't realize how good it was just sonically. You feel me? So, you feel me? Same thing with Big Steppin'. He's like, bro, this the one. And then in making that song, I'm not going to say I knew it was the one, but when you make music or you do any type of thing, it's something like Kobe talked about or like a lot of great people who say they do. You get into your flow. When I made Big Steppin', I was in a flow. I was in a space where I was focused on making the I Gotta Feel It album. And in making the I Gotta Feel It album, that was like the third or fourth song I had recorded that day. So and this I didn't even write Big Steppin'. I was in my pocket of writing. Quake Beats was making beats that were tailored to a sound that we had been creating for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost as if you playing baseball and you done did your batting practice and you already hitting 2 for 2 on the day, and then you step up and then the pitcher that pitch exactly how you like to pitch come up and he throw you your favorite pitch. It's like if you don't hit a home run, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But feel me, right in the spot that you like it, feel me, they threw that pitch at me and I was ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And but it was like batting practice. I was just in my flow. So, you know, and I think trying to make a hit is not as important as being in your flow. Because when you're in your flow of things, feel me, when you just gonna step on something. And I know a lot of people don't really ask me this, but they be like, man, I've seen a lot of interviewers or people ask certain artists like, are you scared that if you do too many features, you run out of bars or you oversaturate yourself? And I feel like long as you put inhibiting knowledge, inhibiting education, and doing new things, I feel like you'll never lose things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because all we doing is saying the same stuff in a different way. That's right. And then beyond that, if you pivot, like rap right now probably only talks about 10% of life. You know what I mean? That's right. You know what I'm saying? And if you pivot, feel me, if you go talk about, say for right now, if I only rap about health, it's 7 aspects, I feel like, a health that I could rap about, and that's years of rapping right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm excited. But yeah, that's okay. So that's technically I didn't know, but I knew. Okay. You know
well, I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question. You know how they said about the features? I'm gonna ask you this question. Mm-hmm. When you made Big Steppin' and now this shit is a certified Bay Area classic. Yeah. It's a classic. When they put it on, from now on, people will think about the time that it came out. We know that.
Oh, thank you, man.
But you in the moment right now. Yeah. Right? Do you ever worry that you'll never make nothing as good as that again?
It's crazy you said that. I'm not going to say worry because I feel like I already made something that's better. You know what I mean? From then, because since I made Big Steppin', I never stopped recording music. So I was, even when I made Big Steppin', I was still in that pocket, in that flow, continuously making music. So when you go listen to this album with Drew Banger, it's big.
Shout out to Drew Banger.
Shout out Drew, man.
That nigga just had a birthday. Shout out to Drew Banger.
Drew Banger. You feel me? So even when the crazy part is, you know what I mean, I was recording, like I started recording the album with Drew Banger at the tail end of finishing that album with Quake. You know what I mean? So it's like I went from that I gotta feel it energy and just continued in it's big energy. So it's like when it's like if I say, oh, you might not make a record better, it's less about that and more of will I push a song harder than I push Big Steppin'? Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like so much so it's like in terms of quality and better, I feel like artists get to a point where you just know how you make music. And no matter what you step in, even if you step out your comfort zone, you get to a point where it's like you're not technically going to make a bad song. What you'll more so do is step out your comfort zone and work on that. You sonically know how to make a good song. Yeah. So with me, I feel like I just continued I stayed in my flow and I continued, and all I was doing was making better music. Like, for example, you could play Big Steppin', and then right after that, right before or after, go play Outside. You feel me? You know what I mean? And when you listen to these and listen to the parallel of it, it's literally, I'm not going to say it's the same song, but it gives you the same energy. Yeah. I was in the same mindset. I was in the same flow. I was in that same pocket. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you might, sonically, one might even say, damn, Outside. A DJ from Vegas literally called me when I dropped the album, and he was like, send me Outside right now. And he was saying like, oh, this is better than Big Steppin'. Your cadence, your flow, how you came on it, the bars you was delivering. Oh, my God. So it's like, I never trip off of if I'm going to do something better. All I ever trip off of is how I'm going to push like what I got going on. Yeah. Even if you go listen to the Fillmore Project, me and Gunna got, it's songs on there where you're going to listen to it sonically. You're going to be like, oh, this shit hitting right here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This might have been some of the best stuff I ever heard. You know what I mean? That In the Bay we got, that Through the Skull. If it's up, then it's up. You know what I'm saying? The Blitz, you feel me? The energy, that hype shit. So, you know, even off this new album.
Crazy.
Yeah, roll with even off this new album, you going to listen to the new album. Yeah, like roll with it. You feel me? We went to New Orleans and I just played it for people in New Orleans, and they was like, "Man, this is old bounce music, but you got a West Coast flow on it." You know what I'm saying? And then when you listen to the It's Big album, it's songs on there that are conscious, like a song "Is It Me," where people are coming back to me like, "Bruh, this is the last song on the album, but I resonated with it the most." We got songs like "Top That." I stepped out my whole comfort zone. We went to Dominican Republic to shoot that. I'm on a Caribbean beat, a tropical type beat. You feel me? It's whole completely different. We got motivating songs like this, you know what I'm saying? Where it's hitting hard. So, you know, it just take time for the stuff to develop. But my goal is, let me have it the way I have it. I'm gonna push Big Steppin' forever. So that's the biggest song you ever hear. But anything I ever make, just because I paved that lane for myself and for those around me, anything that we drop, now it's something that could go up to that level. You know what I'm saying?
So when did you know to make it a dance?
Oh, man, it was like at the video. But it's crazy because I've been doing that dance since I was like 13. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to take that and like I'm doing a dance that I normally just be doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
And we shooting a video.
Well, did people do it with you? Did they know that was you?
When we was doing shooting a video,
I'm saying when you was 13, like was that your shit?
It was more like the bottom half of the dance is on your tippy toes. I learned that from living in the point.
I bet.
And when you live in the point, for those before the yiking era, shout out to everybody that's yiking. But you know what I'm saying?
What is yiking, man?
Yiking is the culmination of all Bay Area cities and the way they dance put into one way, one unique way that is like a sway or movement that shows you dancing with the opposite sex or dancing on your own thing. So before yiking, every city, because I used to be big at the functions. Like I used to go to parties, 18 and under, 18 and up functions, or like almost every weekend. So I literally saw this happen from when I was like 12, house parties, all the way to 20-something before I moved to New Orleans too. I saw it go from, if you went to Antioch, you went to Oakland, San Francisco, Vallejo, everybody danced different. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco, we hit the 1-2 dip, 1-2 dip. Oakland, y'all had the Oakland dip. Antioch, you feel me? Y'all had y'all movement, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vallejo even danced different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was this young man who threw parties with us at a point. He went on to go do his thing. His name is Priceless the Rock. Yeah. Priceless the Rock and Culmination.
Shout out to, I see him, he from Frisco?
I don't know exactly where he from, but he repped the Bay Area hella hard.
He be dancing and shit too.
Yeah, so I love him.
Shout out to I see him on Instagram.
Yeah, I love Priceless for how hard he repped the Bay. You know what I'm saying? So he done went to on BET freestyling years back, 10 years plus, was out there freestyling, repping the Bay. So I think that's dope. But one of the cool things he did, he was a part of that Slow Down with Clyde Carson. You know, you can't catch this. You feel me? What he did was he was going to all these different cities in the Bay Area and beyond, just Northern California, Central Valley, way up north, you know what I'm saying, Sacramento and everything. And he took what was the culture and he brought it all together and he made it this movement along with a lot of other very influential people in his camp. For me, I don't want to overlook nobody. And that became yiking. And that was all of our dances put together. That was that San Francisco Femi dip. That was that Oakland dip. That was that Antioch, you know what I mean? And it was dope. But going back to the Big Steppin', when I was in the point, when I was taught how to dance with other young ladies, one of the things they said was, Femi, you got to get on your tippy toes with it. Yeah. You got to get on your tippy toes with it. That's how we used to do it. Then in the Mo, Femi, and it's crazy, I be rocking with Gunna, but one of the dances he always used to do, they said Savage Patch or the Swabbage Patch, whatever you want to call it. Femi hitting this dance right here. Femi, I think, who you said made that up from G Parkway? Diddy, you know what I'm saying, was hitting that back in the day with Mac Dre. Yeah, Diddy, Mac Dre inspired him and Stupid was hitting this dance like this, you know. And I saw a young dude from the 8 hitting it in a party when I was young, and I did just want to bite it. You feel me? So I was like, man, let me put my own spin on it. Yeah. So eventually, for many years, I'm just going like this. You know what I'm saying? So many years pass, and I'm in a music video. Feel me? Last year, and I'm in a gym, and one of the things I'm doing is. I'm Big Steppin'. My camera crew see it, and they like, oh, bro, go, hey, spur of the moment, shout out to the camera crew. They was like, hey, you got to do it right here, right here, right here, and we're going to edit you doing that. Nah, then hit it on the bench press. Yeah. Then hit it in this scene. They hitting that scene.
Yeah.
Then the video drops, and then multiple people, one being the cousin of one of my managers now, shout out Depp, shout out his folks. They own a publishing company, but they like, bro, you got to go around San Francisco and just hit that dance. And then my management team at the time, they was doing a 30-day challenge. And somebody had suggested, they was like, oh, you should just do the challenge. So I'm like, 30-day challenge, go around and hit this dance. And when they said, when my manager now, Depp, he's like, go around and hit this dance. He's like, they was like, yeah, like how Junebug doing it. Like, go to different places and just hit it. I'm like, 30-day challenge, do this. I'm like, and the light bulb just went off. And I'm like, I'm going to just do this for 30 days.
Yeah.
Now we on day 301.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy. And at the time, I was trying to delete my social media.
Why is that?
Because I was just meeting hella people that was in the realm. Because really, I love acting. I love stuff that's like just really being fully immersed in the artistry.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people I was meeting in real life with the acting, they was like, oh, yeah, I don't have social media. I'm like, why you don't have social media? Because you got to, in order to get really good at your craft, you have to lock in at hours at the time. Now, I think if you're on your phone and then being on your phone and going to look on social media, every 15 minutes you run into a wall, or every hour you take a break, and now you done forgot that you was locked in with your craft, and you done took an hour break, and you're like, oh, shoot, let me jump back in, versus you don't have social media. You're not distracted by what everybody else is doing. You're not trying to get in the newest trend. You're focused on your craft. You know what I mean? It's a blessing and a curse. I feel like I used it as a tool for sure. You know what I mean? But at the same time, a lot of these people that we see aren't necessarily on there because they're really locked in. You know what I mean? Being focused, and they're not distracted by what's going on. For the young ladies, if you're a young lady, if you look on there, it's a beauty standard going on there. I don't think there's nothing wrong with how you want to change your body, but a lot of times it's a situation where America and society makes women want to look perfect.
That's
you know
right.
I mean? And a lot of times, some people do look better after they get the surgery or whatever, but a lot of women look beautiful before they get the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, the lack of not having social media might not, you might be so fine, you don't need your body done or anything like that. You don't need to get any work, but because you're seeing it every day on the timeline, and these are the women's getting the attention, these are the women's getting liked, these are the women's get put into for advertisement and endorsement. These are the women getting flown out. If you see that all the time, you're like, damn, I don't necessarily want this attention, but I want to feel like I want to be praised. I want to look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So not all women, or even for dudes. Like, if you see on social media the people who got chains on and who flexing money and doing certain things like that, they're getting all the attention. You're going to be like, you don't even know why you want to do that. You don't even know why you want to have that. You just want to do it because, oh, this will make me appear as if I'm better than what I am.
Yeah.
But the whole time, you know what I mean? If you subtract that a lot of times, you know what I mean, in real life, who you are, that goes light years further than what you are perceived as. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's dope. And when did you find out that, where was you at when you found out E-40 heard the record?
Oh, man, I think I had just came from a meeting with my team in 1015 management. We had a meeting trying to figure out if that was the best route to go in terms of management. So we had just left Stonestown, and I was in the car.
What is Stonestown?
Stonestown is a mall in San Francisco, kind of like right by SF State.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had just left there, had a dope meeting. It was great. Then we was leaving from there, and then I was with my buns, or you feel me, in Frisco, we say our girl, the young lady we messing with, high caliber. On your buns is only a woman of high caliber, you know what I'm saying? So I'm with my buns, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, E-40 just like my post. It's like, for real? So, you feel me, I DM'd him, and then, you feel me, eventually, her management at the time, feel me, she told the management, he's like, oh, why he didn't tell us when he was at the meeting, which was Big Rich and them at the time, you know what I'm saying, and they made that connection, so it was dope.
And how did you meet Big Rich?
I met Big Rich a long time ago, and believe it or not, him and Gunna are actually from the same neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this a real big Fillmore connection. So, he's not my management anymore. Ace is my management, but shout out to 1015, shout out to Big Rich, shout out to Danielle. I hope they doing well.
Yeah.
But we had met just being around each other, being in the same circles, being at Vegan Mob. He's a pillar in the artist community because he had one of the biggest songs coming out of San Francisco, one of the biggest movements, you know what I'm saying? So I just met him just being around. I mean, just running into him and everything. So that was a dope experience. And then really, we got started rocking with him because last year I was with my team and we like, damn, we want to go to that next level. What do we need to do? And we was basically like, man, we need to go holler at somebody and just soak up the game. So we was like, who? And my team was like, well, who's the biggest star out of San Francisco that we know? We was like 24K Golden. And it's like, who does 24K Golden know? He's like, oh, for me, this route. So, you know, eventually we just made that move, and, you know, that's what it was.
And then you remixed it.
Man, had to, always.
You remixed it with the Niners.
Come on, man. You know what we doing with – man, that's really Ace. Tell your cousin we love him. You know what I'm saying? And it's hella funny because his cousin tapped in at first, and then we kind of like, this is not real, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of ignored it. You know what I mean? So it came back around. And when it came back around, feel me, Rich had hit me like, hey, some dude is tapping in via the Niners. The actual 49ers reached out and said that they want to do this. And I hit Ace. I'm like, hey, Ace, is this real? And then Ace like, yeah. So I'm like, feel me? So shout out to everybody involved in that. It was a play that was knocking on our – that's why if something is meant for you, even if you turn it down, it's always going to come back to you. Because they came to us earlier that season, right before everything popped off and when the song first got moving, and they was like, hey, we want you to be a part of it, but we didn't necessarily believe it was real or true because it was like, nah, y'all don't really want this to be the anthem for the season, you know? Yeah. And then it came back, so that was dope.
Did they ever make you a jersey?
Yeah, of course. Oh, I need a Raiders jersey, too, and a Saints jersey.
For sure.
Yeah. But those my favorite teams.
Oh, the Saints, the Raiders, and the...
Just all the three places I lived. You know what I mean? I used to live in Oakland when I was young. Yeah. And then I love the Raiders organization, even though they left, because when I was younger, like when I was telling you that story about going to that school, John Muir, when I was younger, I had got exceptional grades. So they actually took my mom on a spa day and then took her to a game. See what I mean? So the Raiders organization, they got a special place in my heart because how they treated my mom. Yeah. Nobody ever did that before, so that was cool.
And you know what? Al Davis will be proud.
Man, shout out to Al Davis, man. After he was gone, fuck, man. Son, fucking shit up. Nah, the Raiders going to have a good season. They got a dope squad this year. Niners, feel me, you better sign Debo. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think about Colin Kaepernick?
I feel like that whole situation was not misrepresented, but mishandled. I mean, you got a person who is standing up for what is the majority of the people in the NFL in a game that generates so much money. Where you got to look at it like in terms of like just the spectrum of it. We only really watch the NFL in America, and it generates billions of dollars. Yeah. So it's like if these people are generating most of the money for it, like why aren't they getting respected? And people might say it was a gimmick or like he wasn't about to start, so that's why he made this whole thing happen. But I feel like he stood up at the right time. I feel like he should be getting a tryout or a workout right now. The Seattle Seahawks don't have a quarterback. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no brainer to call Colin Kaepernick one of the most mobile quarterbacks. He's fresh. He hasn't played in hella years. He should be getting trials, but, you know, he's blackballed. You know what I'm saying? And people might say, oh, his skill level's not this. His skill level's not that. Come on, man. Have you seen these quarterbacks in the NFL? I'm not trying to doubt no professional athlete. Yeah. But at the same time, bro, it's like, feel me, he's light years ahead of them just athletically. Yeah. He get with the right quarterback. And when he was playing with the Niners, he had a head coach who was a previous quarterback and a quarterback's coach. Of course, like, nobody said anything when and no shade to Steph Curry because I think he's dope. But it didn't down on the people that Steph Curry had two, when let's say early in his career, his coach, I think it was Don Nelson, I think. And maybe that's who his coach when he was drafted. He wasn't a coach who was a point guard. Then you get Mark Jackson, who's a coach who's a point guard. A New York point guard at that. And then you get Steve Kerr, arguably one of the most winningest point guards in history, who played with one of the best players in the basketball history.
He played with one of the best.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's like, you feel me? It's right on point. So if you don't think your coach matters, Steph Curry's whole career would have been different had he not had a point guard as his head coach, somebody who saw the game from his exact position. You know what I mean? LeBron James never had a power forward, coach. Head coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything will be different. That's just my point of view. So it's like when it come down to that, I feel like it was mishandled. I feel like the NFL knew exactly what they was doing. And when you look at it right now, it's kind of mainly to the fact that now it's all this Black Lives Matter and, we want to support people. But this person who was saying the exact thing that you basically are doing now, you don't even give this person a shot. You give them a shot on your terms. It don't make no sense. And it's a lot of rhetoric. You know what I mean? So,
well, I seen that. I know that you kind of political. So I did. So somebody said, man, what's up with Gunna and Stunner? I said, man, they might be doing anything. They said, like, what? I said, like, getting arrested on the Bay Bridge and and on TV. Talk about your political aspect and things of that nature.
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a political. I feel like just it's an obligation. You feel me? If you're a black man, you either helping us or you hurting us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you going to defend our narrative? Are you going to defend what's going on? Are you going to step up for your people? Or you going to play into all these things that they believe about us? And not to say we don't have fun, because the same way we political is the same way we at the strip club, or the same way we doing shows or having fun. But at the same time, I feel like it's an obligation as, feel me, in our position, if you got a platform, it's necessary to speak up. You know what I mean? So it's necessary to do what you got to do. And I know when my name is called, I know when Gunna's name is called, we just going to step up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's all we did. I wouldn't even say I'm an activist or I'm really political. I'm just say I'm in tune to some current events, but I'm always learning. And when I need to, you feel me? If it's a cause that's bigger than me, I'm going to lend what I can. You know what
so you do feel that it's entertainers' obligation to step up for social injustices?
I feel like it's either you do or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not saying nothing, that is still a response. You know what I'm saying? If you choose not to say nothing. So especially if it's directly about us, especially if it's something that is a burning problem, that has been a problem for years, if you choose not to say nothing, that's the same as you being against what's going on. You know what I mean? It was like the worst place you could be at is damn near in the middle. You know what I mean? It's either you pushing for something or you not. So, I'm not going to push it on people to be, because that's not for everybody. Yeah. It's a heavy lifestyle. Everybody don't want to be scrutinized under that. Because after you do that, you're under a certain light. Like, I got to be careful what I say on Twitter. I got to be careful what I say now. And I got to be like, even my team, they be like, hey, man, you be liking too much stuff on Twitter. I was like, watch what you say on Twitter. I was like, you're right. I do got to carry myself in a different light, because I think I'm a regular, normal person. Yeah. Other people view me in a certain way. Mm-hmm. I mean, so, you know.
Earlier, we were talking about family, and I want to bring that back.
Yeah, I'm happy you remember it.
So family, right? Remember when you said that you didn't know you was poor?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that they're poor because they get loved at home.
Man, I got a lot of love.
You know?
Yeah, I never knew. I never knew, like, money was so important.
Yeah.
I never knew, like, resources and having all these different things was so important. Yeah. Because, like, for me, I came from a technically 2-parent household, because I had my mom and my grandma.
But you met your father later, right?
Yeah, I met my dad last year.
Yeah, I remember that. I was going to tie that in.
Yeah, it's a dope experience. So we could tie it in whenever you're ready. But for me, having that 2-parent household, my mom and my grandma, I was on the one of the better families in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say a lot, but you know, I had a lot of close partners. Well, I had a good amount of close partners who one of their parents, if not both, was on drugs. You know what I mean? Or one of their parents, if not both, was, feel me, financially unstable, on welfare. We was on welfare off and on a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? That's like for me, you know how they got them jokes, like when you see in a movie or a show and the people be embarrassed to spend the food stamps, the actual dollars? Yeah. Like, I never thought that was, you feel me, bad.
Let's give a shout out to the train. There we go.
Shout out to the trains, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Shout out to the trains. That's when like 5 women try to rush me at once. They trying to run it. That was too many. That was kind of explicit. Hey, cut that out. Cut that out. Damn, we on live. Nah, when it come down to it, with that, it's like I never knew what we didn't have, because we always had what we needed. Yeah. I mean, and that was hella cool. And to me, it was like, it was an overwhelming amount of love. And I always felt like, you know, in my neighborhood, I was on the more privileged side. You know what I mean? I felt like I was spoiled.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what that meant until I went to these different places, and I'm like, oh, like y'all have all of this. And it was like, and then I started thinking, I went through a period of depression when I was like in middle school, like seeing people, like people's dads coming to the games and stuff, and like being like, damn, it never dawned on me, like, because it went from, you know, one or two people's dad used to come to the game to now like, oh, it's normal for everybody's dad to come. So I was like, damn, it never really hit me like that. So, you know, and it was dope meeting my dad, and that just shows you how genetics is, because at 6th grade, I was dressing up to be an entrepreneur and a businessman, and I met my dad last year, talked to my grandpa, and it was like my grandpa, one of the first things he told me was like, man, I ain't never worked for no white man. You know? They from South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, even though I've never met y'all, at 26 years old, finding out about y'all lives and all this in-depth stuff, I still remained on the same track, you know what I mean? Still remained connected to the bloodline, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just, for me, just be in some people.
When you met your father, man,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What did you see in him that you see in yourself?
Just hella like how we talk, mentality. The biggest thing is mentality. My people could say I'm hella positive and upbeat and hella easygoing. My dad is like that, but like, feel me, even more. Like he be up there like, oh yeah, I mean, you gotta stay positive. You gotta make sure. And he's like very like, it's kind of ironic. He's very accountable with what he do. Yeah. Like he's very disciplined in what he do. Like when it come to working out, every day he gonna do his curls at the same time. When it come to cooking food, every day.
Was he in the military or the pen?
He was in the military. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's like, that's why he's like, his discipline is crazy. And it's like, when every day he gonna cook his food at the same time. Every day he'll wake up like at 4 in the morning. Every day at the same time. And it's like, it's crazy because now, to a degree, today, my phone died. But I woke up without no alarm. I woke up like at 4:50, like on the dot. It's because every day, that's the time I wake up. Even if I end up going back to sleep, I could stay up till like 4:45, but I'm gonna still wake up real quick, like at this time, like, oh dang, and then go right back to sleep, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's that discipline. So it's like, saw that, and even all the way to small things like eating food the same way. And I was like, what the heck? Or having the same taste buds. Like me and all my cousins, and we had to, like, when I went to go eat out there, I was like, man.
Where is there?
In South Carolina. Yeah, Myrtle Beach and Hemingway, South Carolina.
That's where all your family on your dad's side is?
Yeah, they from South Carolina.
How did y'all split?
Miscommunication. Like basically my mom and dad, they was messing around having a good time, but my dad was just having a real good time. My dad got 5 kids, but he only raised 2 of them. You know what I mean? So it's like 3 of us that's just out there, you know what I'm saying?
Are y'all all around the same age?
Yeah,
in
like
a 5-year bracket?
Yeah, like one like me and my older brother, we hood twins. Like we was like 2 months apart.
What?
Yeah, so that's dope. You know what I mean? So
that fool said hood twins.
We hood twins, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's lit, you know what I mean?
I thought that was your hood twin.
Nah, no, that's my hood big brother. You know what I'm saying? That's big brother.
Yeah.
Me and him might be related. You never know. He kind of look alike.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we doing them anyway. But like we hood twins, and then I got a younger brother who out there. Me and my younger brother, we actually got the same name. You know what I mean? So that's hella dope.
So is he 1, 2, or 3?
Nah, that's, you know, he's Stunnaman 2.5.
Ah, shit! Yeah. You know I had to hit one.
Nah, it's all good. I think it's funny too. Yeah, it's hilarious. So it's like, it's funny because like a lot of people call me and Gunna. They say we're very articulate.
Yeah.
We say we carry ourselves a very crazy way, but they don't know our background has really come from what you might be considered the hood backgrounds.
This is what I want to ask you real quick. I know Gunna Goes Global was for sure in the Last
Black Man in San Francisco.
Was you in that too?
Nah, I wasn't in that movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, if I go to hell yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, that was a dope experience. Shout out to Joe and Jimmy. You feel me? Shout out to everybody part of the cast, man. We got a big opportunity, and then doing that, we made the most of it. You know what I mean? So that's really how me and Gunna connected. Me, Gunna, and Ace. Just that whole experience with the movie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they play your song at the Warriors game too.
Yeah, of course. They played 2 of our songs now. They play Big Steppin'. They play the Big Steppin' remix. They play another song with me and Official C5 from North Oakland, Ice City. And then they play In the Bay with me and Gunna. So you know,
Yeah.
and the whole goal is we want to get this played in all these songs played in every arena. We want to make it normal for you to hear this in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We want to make it normal for you to hear this at a Heat game or at a Brooklyn Nets game. Yeah. And we in the Bay, we might have to have it to where, shout out D Sharp for playing the music, but it might be a game where they don't play nothing but Stunnaman02 and Gunna Goes Global every other song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, excuse me, I keep burping. You know what I'm saying? You drink some of that good drink that y'all had in there. Hold on, or the mystery drink. But
speaking of drink, didn't you put out a drink? Man,
O2 juice, man. No alcohol, THC, CBD, caffeine, or cane sugar in your nose like a booger. We call the limeade with a chain on it because it's sparkling. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what it is. That's what it was. We're in 4 different stores right now. In San Jose, you could go to Sharky's, 408, the smoke shop, in Pacifica, P-Town Smoke, 650 Smoke in Daly City. And then right there on Hayden Cole, I don't know the name of the exact smoke shop / corner store, but it's right there next to Burners on Haight. And when you go get some of that delicious juice, you could also stop in Burners on Haight, the cannabis dispensary, and grab you a Fillmore pre-roll for a smooth, low price between $20 and $30. You can hit that weed and drink some juice, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's it.
And this what I want to know. Do they sell your merch at the 49ers games?
No, we sell it independently. But the deal that we did with the 49ers is we bypassed any upfront payment, and we went for full ownership. So basically, we own all publishing rights of the song. We own all streaming rights of the song, as well as anything that we create in coordination with the 49ers for a lifetime contract in perpetuity. We can use the Niners brand in coordination with our brand. So I can take the actual 49ers logo and put it on anything that has Big Steppin or Big Steppin affiliated and produce merchandise for it.
What if it got a big shoe stomping a hoe down with the 49ers? No,
man, the 49ers are literally like, hey, we're big pimping. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. And what you got coming next?
It's Big just dropped last month. We're going to drop the deluxe next month. That's getting mixed and mastered, submitted on Friday. Then after that, we're going to do events. You know what I'm saying? We just dropping pre-rolls, me and Gunna. If you peep it or not, we've been dropping a song every week. You feel me? They going to catch the wave, but either they on time or they too late. And other than that, you know what I'm saying? I've been shooting for a couple shows. I'm not going to say which one, but make sure you watch, make sure you just tuned in this summer to watch something drop. And then on top of that, you know, we just going to keep doing us. We're going to keep putting the positivity out. We're going to keep pushing the fitness. We're going to keep pushing the medicinal marijuana. We got a dope drink coming for everybody who is enjoying O2 juice but want to get high. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to speak on it too much. It's coming soon. But, you know, we're just going to keep doing us, man. And the main and most important thing, we're going to keep having fun.
For sure,
That's
man.
The main thing, because we enjoying life. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we trying to be like L-Deez, had that $1 million smile.
I paid enough for it, man. Well, you know what, man? Thanks for coming out, and I got to get y'all back either sometime in the middle of the summer or right after, but you know I know how to check in, and I want to say something. Man, thanks for picking up my phone call when I call you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. I got to do it more often. Sometimes I don't.
Man, check this out, man. 25% of something is better than 100% of nothing.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? Hey, remember that when you do a deal with Stunnaman02. Now,
tell people where they can find you at.
Man, on every platform is Stunnaman02. STUNNAMAN02. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, and all streaming platforms. You can find me, Stunnaman02. Everything from YouTube all the way to Tidal. I mean, I'm on there. You know what I'm saying? Just look me up.
For sure. And I'm L-Deez, also known Lawrence One, for another episode of I Need to Know. And as usual, come on, you know what I want.